Good morning kids, I'm Teacher Lance and I'll be your teacher for today and for the rest of the semester. Today we're going to study science and we're going to have our knowledge summary. So here, every topic that we have discussed will be covered, okay? So let's begin our knowledge summary to review our previous classes or previous discussions. I want you to open your book to page 32 and we are going to answer the fill in the blanks, okay? Get your book and open it to page 32. Okay, here we have the first question. Living things need blank for breathing. So what do living things need in order to breathe? Is it A, air, B, food, C, get rid, or D, reproduce? What do you think is the correct answer? Very good. The correct answer is letter A, air. Living things need air for breathing. So let's go to the next question. Living things need blank and water for living. So what do living things need aside from water in order to live? Is it A, air, B, food, C, get rid, or D, reproduce? What do you think do we need aside from water? Very good. The correct answer is letter B. We need food and water for living. Living things need food and water for living. We need to eat food in order to be stronger. Okay. And the next one, living things move by themselves. Here we're not going to do anything. We're just going to read it. Living things can walk, can run. Some living things can fly and can swim by their own. Those are the things that the living things can do. But there's more. Blank. Living things blank of body wastes. Living things blank of body wastes. Is it A, air, B, food, C, get rid, or D, reproduce? What does the living thing do with the body waste? Very good. The correct answer is letter C. We get rid of body wastes. That's why we are sweating. That's why we are going to the bathroom. Because we get rid of body wastes. For the next one, we have a clip of a plant that is becoming taller. So, what does it show? Living things grow and get bigger. As we can see here, the plant is getting taller, having leaves and flowers. For the next one, living things are reacting to stimuli. As we can see here, the cat is hissing. So maybe the dog is approaching it. Okay? So living things are reacting to stimuli. Next one. Living things blank or breed. What is the other word for breed? As we can see here, the elephant has a baby. So there is a mother elephant and a baby elephant. So blank or breed, what do you think is the correct answer? Is it A, air, B, food, C, get rid, or D, reproduce? Very good. The correct answer is letter D, reproduce. Living things reproduce or breed. Okay. So now we are done with the living things. We're done reviewing and summarizing what living things can do or what are the key features of living things. Now we are going to discuss or we're going to summarize the non-living things. What can they do? And what are the key features of non-living things? Okay, here we have do not blank. Do not blank. As we can see here, there's a teddy bear under the water. So what does it show? Is it A, do not breathe, B, do not move, or C, do not grow? What do you think is the correct answer? Very good. The correct answer is letter A. Non-living things do not breathe. Okay, so let's go to the next part. Non-living things do not need food and water. As we can see here, the boy is eating, but the teddy bear isn't eating with him because non-living things do not need food and water. Next one. Non-living things cannot A, breathe, B, move, or C, grow. What does a non-living thing cannot do by themselves? Good job! They cannot move by themselves. They cannot go to other places unless you bring it with you. The next part is non-living things do not have body waste. Because non-living things do not eat or drink, it doesn't have body waste, and therefore it doesn't get rid any of it. Okay? Next one. Non-living things do not blank and get bigger. So what is the other word for getting bigger? Is it A, breathe, B, move, or C, grow? Good job! The correct answer is letter C, grow. Non-living things do not grow and get bigger. So we're going to write grow. Next one is that non-living things do not react to stimuli. As we can see, even the snake is approaching the teddy bear. The teddy bear is not doing anything at all because it doesn't react to stimuli. Next one, non-living things do not reproduce or breed. The non-living things cannot have any babies or eggs because they do not reproduce. Okay? So that is all for our knowledge summary. Now, we're going to do the Think Higher. Here we're going to answer some questions to further evaluate our knowledge about the topic. Okay? So let's go. Here we're going to page 33. Open your book to page 33 and then look at the pictures and fill in the blanks. We have here the blanks. Okay, what you're going to do is to write the correct answer in it. For example, here, what is it? It's a sling bag. So is a sling bag a living thing or a non-living thing? You're going to check if it is a living thing or a non-living thing. Okay? And of course, a sling bag is a non-living thing. So we're going to check a non-living thing. And then we're going to write what is its key features. So here the sling bag do not breathe and do not have body waste. Okay, but also you can have your own key features. You can write your own key features. But this is an example for you. Okay? So let's go to number 2. There is a banana tree. There's a banana tree. What do you think is a banana tree? Is it A, a living thing, B, a non-living thing? Good job! The correct answer is letter A. It's a living thing. So you're going to check a living thing. And then you're going to write its key features. So what is a key feature of a banana tree? Here we can write it grows and breathes. Remember, plants can breathe through perspiration, right? So we can write grows and breathes. Okay, so let's go to number 3. So here we have a school supply stand where we put our pencils, markers, rulers, and scissors. So what is it? Is it a living thing or a non-living thing? Okay, this one is a non-living thing. Very good, kids. So now what is its features? Okay, we can write it doesn't breathe and reproduce. Okay, it doesn't breathe and reproduce. The stand doesn't breathe, right? And it cannot have babies. So we can write it. So let's go to number 4. We can see here a rabbit. So what do you think is a rabbit? Is it a living thing or a non-living thing? A rabbit is a living thing. But why? Because it gets rid of body wastes and grows. It gets rid of body wastes and grows. Okay. It's becoming bigger and bigger, and also it has to get rid, or it has to eliminate body wastes. For the number 5, we have a snake. So what do you think is a snake? Is it a living thing or a non-living thing? Very good. A snake is a living thing. So we will check a living thing. And then we're going to write its key features. So, a snake can eat, of course, and it can move by itself. So we're going to write eats and moves by itself. Okay? Very good. For the number 6, we have a ball. We have a ball. So, is a ball a living thing or a non-living thing? So what do you think, kids? Very good. A ball is a non-living thing because it doesn't breathe, eat, or drink. A ball cannot breathe, cannot eat, and cannot drink. So it's a non-living thing. Okay? Very good. So now we are going to page 34. I want you to open your book to page 34, and we are going to read the story and answer the following questions, okay? So here Teacher Lance marked the living things with green and the non-living things with brown, so that we could recognize in the story what are the living things and what are the non-living things. Remember, the living things are green and the non-living things are brown. So let's read the story. So the title of the story is Paul's House. So let's go to Paul's house and discover what can we see in there. Let's go. Let's go and read. After school, Paul likes to walk around his house. There is a sidewalk made up of bricks and filled with small white stones. These stones help keep the soil to the ground when it rains or watering the plants. There are many kinds of trees at Paul's house. Example given: a blooming white hummingbird tree, a fruiting mango tree, and a golden trumpet tree, which is a lot taller than it was. Also, there are many animals. For example, house lizard that are looking for insects on the wall. Some millipedes that look like a small train when they move, and Paul's cat that always waves its tail when it gets angry. Paul is so happy with his surroundings. He plans to finish his homework earlier tomorrow so he can explore his house again. So that is our story. Now we are going to identify which are the living things and the non-living things. So as we can see, it will be easier because Teacher Lance already marked the living things with green and the non-living things with brown. Here we have the living things: Paul, plants, trees, hummingbird tree, mango tree, and trumpet tree. So those are the living things for the first part. And for the second part, we have animals. Of course, all animals are living things. And then lizards, insects, millipedes, cat, and ball. So those are the living things that we have in the story. So now, we're going to the non-living things. So let's read them one by one. So here we have the house. Of course, the house of Paul is a non-living thing. It cannot move, it cannot breathe. So, house, sidewalk, the bricks, the stones, and the soil. So those are the non-living things. So here we're going to have an activity. Okay, there's a question in here. From above or from the story, what are the things that we found? So what are the things that we found in the story? So here we have the bricks, the cat, the house, the lizards, the millipedes, Paul, plants, sidewalk, soil, stones, and trees. So those are the things that Teacher Lance saw in the story. But also you can find more. You can find what things you can see in the story, okay? And then you're going to write it in the first part of the activity. So now let's go to the second part. Okay, we're going to sort the things in question 1 into living things and non-living things. Okay? If you can go back to the first part in the story, we had marked it already with green and brown. So the green are the living things and the brown are the non-living things. So it will be easier. But here are the living things. The living things are the cat, lizards, millipedes, Paul, plants, and the trees. So those are the living things. And for the non-living things, we have the bricks, house, sidewalk, soil, and stones. Okay? Now we can separate the living things and the non-living things because we already know its key features. So that is all for today. Today we just had a review about the lessons that we have discussed already, and also we were able to answer the knowledge summary and the think higher. So now we can separate the living things and non-living things. Very good, kids. I hope that you learned something from Teacher Lance today, and also I hope that you enjoyed this class. Goodbye and God bless. Happy learning!